Happy Wednesday, everybody. Got the day right. Hello, everybody. It is a Wednesday. We are live. We are alive. We're good, baby. How is everybody doing out there? Everybody happy? Everybody having a good one? Everybody having a lovely week so far? Are you having a lovely Wednesday evening? Good. I love to hear it. Guys, yesterday... This was yesterday's job. There it is. So you know what else we have to do today, don't you? Another riveting example of Monday's stream of basing and tufts. So the Carnosaur is done. There it is. So, for those of you who have been keeping up, Carnosaur, which means our Seraphon spearhead is done. Branch Witch, which means our Sylvaneth spearhead is done. Vanquishers, which means our Stormcast Eternals are done. Spoilpox Scrivener, Maggotkin of Nurgle are done. Beast Skewer Kilbo, Orruk Warclans are done. And we've already done Cities of Sigmar. And we've already done Flesh Eater Courts. So, 7 down. Now, last night with Adam, I built the next 2 bits I need for Spearhead number 8. Which is very cool. Chaos Lord, fully built. And this abomination of a plastic kit, Chaos Chariot, fully built. So, next Spearhead is these. However, as I stated on Monday, I also have built another Spearhead. So, Slaves to Darkness, we're all good. So it's all built. So I now need to prime them and paint them, basically. But do you know what I did this afternoon? Because I know a bunch of you have been asking for it for ages. So, this afternoon, for those of you who were here 18 months ago when I did the stream, Varangard, baby. So, this is that exact same model from 18 months ago, which I started. And I've done most of it, including the gold here. I've done all of the gold today, and I've got the silver left to go on this guy. And then I've got the other 2, and they're here as well. So, I'm going to finish this one, and I'm going to film these 2. So, Varangard tutorial on its way. I'll prime the 2 remaining bits for the Chaos, for Slaves to Darkness Spearhead. I'll do that tomorrow morning. So yeah, it's all systems go. I'm having an absolutely fantastic time. And lo, Warhipster wept, for there were no more spearheads to conquer. There's 25! So there's many more spearheads to conquer. Now, the other spearhead I've been building is this one. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to finish the base on the Carnosaur, and we're going to build some Endrinriggers. for the Caradron Overlords. I've built the frigate, I've got Drekkie Flint, and I've got the Archanaut Company as well. They're basically built. So, Spearhead number 9. Because of the wonderful Alaric, I saw him in the chat. We have the Knight of Shrouds. That's Alice. Nighthaunt. Spearhead number 10. And then aside this, if I have time remaining this month, Lumineth Realm Lords. And the other one, Soul Black Gravelords. Or maybe I'll do Fire Slayers. I haven't decided yet. So, yeah. I'm having the best time. It is my favourite time. Adam has also been working on the Ideneth. Yes. So, really, the question for everybody at home... I'm going to do this as a poll. I'm just going to do this. You can tell me what you want to see. There you go. Basing or building. What is the next... What the thing you want to see tonight? But before we get into that, because I've been rabbiting on, I haven't really, truly said hello to all of you guys yet. So, we're going to scroll back in the chat, and I'm going to greet each one of you one by one. See? The tutorial side of me never leaves. Good evening to the Colonel, Travis Woodside, Yamail Angmar, Dave Hall, Captain Mannerings, Thomas, Grumbling Dad, Ricky Colebrook, Chris Bailey, Thierry, Asmodeus, Grey Wolf, Mark Watson, Gwatkin Gaming, Gary Humberston, Alaric79, Vicious Goose 117, Lauco TV, hello. Is it Loco? Loco TV. Forge Father, for those of you who don't, subscribe and follow Loco TV on Instagram and on YouTube, because it keeps throwing out these incredible paint jobs and they look fantastic. Forge Father Vulcan, hello. One Whole Egg, Laura, Msan, 100, Camille, Ilka, Martin Spoon, Texas Wargaming, Abdul, good evening, Mr. ADR Wargaming, good evening. I think I've got most of you. Stoogie, good evening. How are we doing? DFQ, good evening. Philip G, good evening. And Joe Gooden, good evening as well. Good evening. How are we all? What are you guys working on tonight? And as always, if you could please leave a like on this stream, I would be beholden to you. I would really enjoy that. Because then more people will come and watch, and they'll hang out, and this happiness will infect them. Newdoc Prime, good evening. Found out the steampunk dwarves are not my thing to paint. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if they are for me. I've only ever painted the Code Right and Drekkie Flint. I enjoyed both of them. Good evening, Boomstick 50k. Hello, Yamail Ang. I thought I caught you, Yamail Angmar. Working on a Mangler Squig. Despite having only played a couple of games of Warcry, I am building terrain from a pile that consists of the Scales of Talaxis, Sundered Fate, and Heart of Gur. Gur. It was a huge mistake. Building terrain is bad. Painting is super fun. Finished painting along with your Helbrecht video today. Very happy with how it turned out. Well, I can't wait to see it. I bet you did an amazing job of it. Painting 5 Free Guild Cavaliers. Finishing the idle of the old ones, Asmodeus. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Ah, it is Wednesday. Now, before we go any further, the music is punishingly loud in my headphones. That's better. You doing a watch along tomorrow? Yes, I am, Vicious Goose. I am indeed. I'll be doing a stream for Thursday night. I won't be able to do Saturday night because I'll be in Nottingham, and I'm not going to decant everything here to take it to Nottingham to do that stream. But I will be streaming along tomorrow night because I'm very, very excited for it. You can't be asked trying to continue to wind me up. Oh, but it is very fun to read it. It is hard to keep that kind of that motivation to be as Reza as possible, though. It is difficult. Is there any meetup potential in Knots? Yes. So, I suspect the best thing to do is probably going to be that afterwards, and I'll chat to Adam, who's in the chat. This just fell apart in my hands. I'll chat to Adam about what we're going to do post Warhammer World. So we've got preview games on this Saturday of AOS 4 and of Spearhead. I can't take my own spearheads, I don't think. I'm not gonna turn up with a spearhead. I feel like that's a bit intense. But we've got preview games of that. One of them is at 6 o'clock, and I think that's for AOS 4. I don't think it's for Spearhead. I think that's the slightly longer one. So after about 7 o'clock, we're probably going to we're going to want to go and get some dinner. So what we might do is we might just say, look, we're going to go here, do a bit of a hangout, this, that, and the other, that kind of thing. Warhammer World, though, does say it's open tomorrow. Like, not tomorrow, for this weekend, for, like, it's just general admission. So I don't really know what's going on there. But I'll chat to Adam about it, and we'll see what we can put together on the Saturday. If you're going to be at the Reforged event at Warhammer World in Nottingham, come over, say hi. Unless I am in the loo. That would be weird. Don't do that. Which happened to me not once, but twice at Warhammer Fest. Which was an interesting experience. Excuse me, are you? Yeah. I'm at my most vulnerable. Good evening, Simone. Good evening, SR. In how many hours the reveals start? I think they're not till tomorrow. Let me just check, though. Is it tonight? This is where I've got it completely wrong, and it's actually tonight. In 1 day and 4 hours, so in 28 hours' time, the Ruination Chamber opens. The Reforged preview is happening. So at 1 AM on Friday morning for us here in BST. Boomstick 50k says, I haven't so much time to paint since I'm alone with my kids, and your contrast guides give me hope I can do some new models in a moderate time. I found your channel 3 days ago and I love it. Oh, thank you very much, Boomstick 50k. Yes, please. Please do. Yeah, you can get models done much quicker with mine, especially up to Warhipster Battle Ready. That's usually the quick bit. But I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. Welcome. I'm glad you like it. It's awesome. I haven't so much time to paint. No, we read that one. It seems a bit weird. GW does excellent planning. Are we sure? Is that when the shirtless men are supposed to demo the game? I think so. I think it's tomorrow night, which is fun. AEW. The King of Spin. I'm weirdly up for it, but part of me is imagining that they're using the actual like heavy metal painted models, and at one point they're just going to get so mad at each other they're going to put one of each other through the table and break all those models. That would be amazing, and I would be there for it. Part of me was like, do I stream along with that and just do some WWE inspired commentary? But I think I would insult and upset some people. Oh my god, he's been busted in half! Man, you are 1-0 up. Yeah, I just saw. I got the push notification. I was like... Because I just stuck the game on before I came on. Because I didn't realise it was on tonight. And there we go. Watched your interview with Dempsey yesterday. Gotta say, it was nice to hear about something that I sent. Just golden, shiny, everything always fine. What do you mean, random salutation? I love it. For those of you who haven't seen, you want to see an interview with me and Liam where things get real. Head over to Liam Dempsey on YouTube and you can see an interview between us, where it gets a bit real. Oh my god, you guys have smashed it. We're already on 49 likes. One more and you hit target number 1, and you've done that in the first 20 minutes. Is there a meetup? If there is a meetup, can we have a secret handshake / code? My vote is to shout, wash the brush. Yeah, we can do that. If you yell, wash the brush at me. Wash the brush. Touch off the water. And then we're going to give it the old blendy blendy. I'm sure if you shout any of my catchphrases at me, I will see them. You guys have crushed it. 61 likes already. Now we're just 8 away from the magic number. And as always, guys, if you fancy supporting the channel a little bit more, you can become a member. It is very, very appreciated if you do that. Or you can gift some memberships or super chat. All of these options are available, but of course, they are not required to take part in the festivities. However, it is very much appreciated. Because without you, I cannot continue to make all of these videos. You guys are the best. Let's see what the poll says. The poll is currently saying building at 54%. Why do you hate me? Building. Oh, building. Adam has gifted 10 of the finest Warhipster memberships like an absolute boss. Thank you very much, Adam. You are the best. You win the first gifter award. Adam the Gifter, first of his name. What I wanted to say was it was nice to hear from people like myself who go through similar problems. It was nice to hear something other than everything is always perfect. I see what you mean, random salutation. No, absolutely. You'll always get the unadulterated truth. Like, not everything is always perfect. Despite what it can look like from the outside. And I think it's important. And I think I said this in that video with Liam, that if he and I, particularly, but I think most content creators, especially men, if it's not okay, it is a duty, I think, that we tell people that everything's not okay, and it's okay for it to not be okay, and to talk about our feelings, because men are historically bad at doing that. Or, you know, get chastised or judged for talking about it. And so, like, if literally telling you guys when I'm upset or sad or down or, you know, anxious or, just, you know, when everything's not okay, if telling you guys that, hey, look, everything's not okay, but I am going to be okay, if that helps somebody else out there, then that's absolutely the perfect thing. And of course, if I don't tell you guys that I'm not okay, you can't then cheer me up. If I just pretend, right? Right now, I'm having the best time Warhammer painting. Okay? Which is why tonight's stream is Project Spearhead is the most fun I've had in Warhammer for a long time. And I didn't realise that I'm not enjoyed it. I love painting miniatures, of course I do, but at the moment I'm like striving towards a goal to do something that I really want to do. And I'm like, I'm surprised daily almost how much I kind of miss that. So I'm just like steeped in painting completely different Warhammer Age of Sigmar models every day at the moment, filming them as well. You know, I'm making content. I think somebody asked, are these all going to get videos? Yeah, 100%. Spoilpox Scrivener filmed it. Carnosaur filmed it. Beastskewer Killbow filmed it. The Branch Witch, as well as some Colonel Hunters, I filmed it. I'm filming all of it. We're making videos out of all of it. Because, as I mentioned on Monday, I'm going to create a playlist. I might do that after this, actually. Which is just all of the spearheads in one place. So if you want to get started ahead of time like I have, you can jump in on any of the 7 that I've already done to do that, right? And so, like, you know, I am having the best time. But as I have discussed with you guys publicly on these live streams, in videos in the past, there are times where it's not been okay. And sometimes that's fallen flat with some people because they're like, whinge, cry about it. But those are just people who are bitter about something else, and probably got more from that video than they're willing to let on. So when it's not good, you also get the same thing. I will do streams where, hey guys, I'm really sad and it's hard and it's awful at the moment, and I'm not having a great time. That will also happen, because I think it's important that you guys are there on that journey with me, and know that it's okay to not be that way. So yeah, that's the vibe here. This is why you know this is the most entertaining channel on YouTube. Sad hipster, happy hipster, war hipster. So yeah, and you can all send me hugs. Exactly. Spin the wheel of emotions. Oh, sometimes it is like that. There are some weeks I have where Monday I'll be really positive, Tuesday everything will be awful, and I won't get off the sofa until like 4:30 in the afternoon because I just don't want to do it. Because it's hard to push myself out of the malaise, and that's when it gets really busy. And at the moment I'm really busy, but I'm really enjoying it. So it's good stuff. It's great. Do you still ever use Express paints? I haven't for a while, Francis, but I'm planning to. I'm planning to this month. I'm planning to do some Express color stuff. It's just a matter of if I get the time. So you guys know that What It Looks Like series I did for the contrast paints? What I'd like to do this month is actually just get that done for the remaining contrast paints, but also do it for Express as well. And if I have time, speed paint. But we'll see what happens with that. Again, all depends on time, right? Right. I'm going to end the poll because it's been up for 20 minutes and you guys have unanimously, not really, it's a 57% spread, voted in favour of building. So, looks like we're building some Endrinriggers. I've never built these before. So I have no idea what I'm about to experience. This is going to be fun. Are they the worst thing ever? Oh, it feels like a chunky instruction manual. Oh, look, we're doing a Sprew review live. Let's do that. Thanks for sharing. Help me give the courage to talk to people about the feels more. Oh, I'm glad, Annabelle. I'm glad. The thing I often talk about, especially with the nature of my YouTube channel and this, that, and the other, is that it really is a community, and we really it takes a village to make something like this work, and we are all in this together, and there's no sense us all kind of being islands, especially when it comes to days where it's not okay, where things aren't okay, and it's not a mark of failure or anything to not be okay, no matter how much sometimes you might be told that it is a mark of failure to have things not okay. Actually, everybody has days where things aren't okay, and that is okay. I've said okay a lot, but that is just the way things are, and we should all be open and honest about that, and we should all be in it together. Yeah, I always want this to be a safe space for anybody who wants to talk. Always. Right, here we go. Endrinriggers Sprew review. Do you guys want a live Sprew review before we build them? I usually do this. So, obviously we have 2 tracks here within the box. You can build them as Endrinriggers or as Skywardens. We're going to be building them as Endrinriggers because that's what they are on the box. I'm just going to make sure of that. Let's just head over to YouTube. No, not YouTube. What's it called? Spearhead, Caradron, Overlords, Vanguard, blah, blah, blah. It is. They are Endrinriggers on here. Yeah, Arcanaut Admiral, which I'm going to be using as a proxy. I'm going to be using Drecky Flint as my Arcanaut Admiral. And I'm going to build his. I'm going to paint his ship, Barak Mornar, the blue. It's going to look lovely. I've got an idea for it. It's going to look great. Trust me, I have to believe it, so you have to too. 3 Endrinriggers and 10 Arcanaut Company models. Good. I got it right. Asmodeus has gifted 5 of the finest Warhipster memberships like an absolute boss. Thank you very much, Asmodeus. You're a hero. You put us on a lovely 500. No, not 5021. If we were on 5021, I would be opening the hiring. Good evening, James Matthias. About your experience with Spearhead, I feel you completely. I've been doing work for other people and I didn't realise I disliked until I got just the other day to draw for myself. Oh, exactly, there we go. It's strange, isn't it? Like, the mechanics of the thing are really fun, but at what point does doing it exclusively for everybody else, or for something else, or for something that's not necessarily your own goal, at what point do you I didn't realise how much I missed this. Thank you for granting us this space, Josh. I've been battling depression for some time now, but I'm glad to have this space and all in this great community. Oh, Colonel, I'm sorry to hear you're battling that. You don't have to. Just, you're, as I've said, I think I've said to you before, you're not alone. You've got a friend in me. Always. Always. You're never alone here, especially in the Warhipster community. And I'm sorry I'm sorry you're having that battle, but if you need to, you can lean on us always. Always, buddy. Right. Follow steps 1 to 2 for all variants. Oh, I love it when the instructions do this. It doesn't confuse me ever. So we build all of this, and we put the harness on and the backpack, and then everything is built. So then I guess we make our choice. Oh, we build the balloon and the propeller as well. Well, that's a rudder, isn't it? It's not propeller. Build the balloon and the rudder, and then we've got our 3 models ready to go. Then we make our choices for the Sky Wardens, which we're not building, so we're going to have to skip this page. So don't let me forget. Don't let me forget to skip Sky Wardens, because I will forget. Then we do the Endrinriggers. We have a champion, we have a machine gun, and we have a Sky Lance as well. Can we do both, or do we just choose one? Or do we just go for the hand weapons? I guess we should just build it like it is on the front of the box, which means I have to look it up again. It's fine. It's in my Google history. It's all good. They have built it with just hand weapons. There we go. All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna now we're gonna review the sprues, guys. It's the bit everybody loves. The piece of content that I started making, and I got told off for recently because apparently I was being facetious by explaining subjectivity. I was like, if you're mad at me for explaining subjectivity, then you need to have it explained to you again. Right. So in the box we get 2 sprues, and we get 3, I'm guessing 32mm bases. Let's just make sure of that. Where are we? Yep, 32mm bases. So first things first, let's look at this sprue. Okay, so for those of you who want to build your own Endrinriggers or Sky Wardens, follow along, pay attention. Where's my knife? That's my pointing thing. There it is. Here we go. So, let's... Oh, good lord. Right, so, before we go any further, can anybody in the chat tell me what the thing I'm immediately going to point out about this sprue is a problem? Can anyone spot it straight away? I always get mad about it. It's right there. There you go, your male Angmar. Got it in one. Absolutely got it in one. This is absolutely just the worst. I hate it so much. It's just so frustrating because I have so many models now where there's been a connection point on the cutting edge of a blade where there's just a little tiny nick where it's just flattened off. And I hate it. It really annoys me. And I'm not very good at building, and you know this. Well, I don't like it, so I end up rushing, and I end up just kind of cutting too much of it away. So, yeah, it's just bad. Don't do it. It's awful. And this one's got it twice, here and here. So it's a good job, but we're not going to be using that. Isn't it? When it comes to this one, we have connection points on the flat side of the blade. That's good. Here, here, and here. That's all right. That's fine. It's not, for example, on this side. That's good. We like to see that. Then we have things like the gun here, where we have a connection point on the flat of the barrel, which is okay, because it will be covered up by something else. That's absolutely fine. And then we have, again, another flat edge up here. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. We have got some spindly details here. So the thing with this is you kind of need to judge it by clipping on the furthest away point to this bit before you clip this one. Because if you clip this, you might end up snapping it probably either there or there just by accidentally putting pressure on it, depending on the size of your clippers. That's one thing to point out. The little kind of drill pistols, they've got some chunky mold lines on them. You can see that right there. That's irritating. This entire sprue's got chunky mold lines all over it, so that's good. That's going to slow us down. Love to see that. But it is actually connected on the I guess on the magazine, which is okay. And then it's connected on, I want to say the joint. Yes, on the flat of the joint. So that's okay because we can smooth that down, not a problem. We've got pieces of armor over here where it's connected all around the outside. That's okay. This one's on the underside of the groin, which normally would be fine, but because we're on a flying basis, it might be spottable. So you just have to be careful around there. Just again, move with the cutting, move with the curvature of the component, because otherwise, you know, you might take the flat off it. We have the head here. We have a connection point on the top. Hate to see that. And we have it right here on the kind of spindly, tiny details on the side of the beardy bits of the helmets, which isn't great. Same here and here. So just easy places to miss and forget that it's there. So we just have to be careful around there. Backpacks, we have it on, again, on curved areas here and here and here. But that's a flat piece just there. That's okay. Then we have the legs where we have a connection point on the underside of the boot. And because we're flying, we're not sticking down. We have to be careful for that. But that's better because it's flat. But then we have it right there on the smooth kind of curved part of the trouser rather than on a piece of armor. So that's not so great. We do have to watch out for that. I have no idea what component 78 is. But it looks like some sort of grenade or end piece to... something that we're going to have to stick on later, perhaps for a turbine. Fiddly little clip points, so we're just going to have to clip like kind of round about there and then go back in with a knife and smooth it down, because otherwise we might end up taking off these kind of whatever these pieces are. So we just have to be a little bit careful with that. So far so bad. This isn't a great sprue. The balls as well, we have these are just in half, they don't overlap. So there's a propensity possibly to have a big gap going around it. If we fill it up with glue, it should be fine, but the connection points are right up against the edge, right on the top. So we're going to have to watch out for that we don't end up kind of gouging it and taking a bit off. So they end up the two pieces next to each other, creating that kind of thing. Just for anybody who watches the sprue reviews, this is how I film them. I don't write anything. I just look and point everything out. I hope you're enjoying this, by the way. So yeah, that sprue's not the best. Let's check out this one, shall we? First thing I'm going to inspect, because of the other sprue, is the possibility of any mold lines. We do have them, but they're not as prominent on this one as they are on that one. So this one has possibly slipped in its mold a little bit. We have more of the same, cutting edges here and here. Don't like to see it, hate to see it, it's the worst thing ever. And we have slightly better helmets here, although as you can see it's a really congested clip point right there on the edge. So unfortunately it's probably going to be easier to clip further back from the sprue in order to get it off, and then can smooth it down later with the knife. We have more of the little tiny pistols, but these are okay because we've got connection points on just on smooth bits, not on the end of the barrel, but that's nice and easy to get to. And again, we're connected on the joint just here, but then we lose all sensibility on this one, and we have a connection point on the cloves there on this, on component 36. We have another rudder where it's, guess it's okay. We do have this piece, which is actually part of it, so we want to be careful that we don't clip that off, even though it looks a bit like sprue gate, which is not the best. What else? We have more legs, again connected on the underside of the boot, here and here and here and here, which is okay, but then it's on the trousers, which we don't like to see. The balloons again are connected around the outside by the looks of things. There's no like overlapping piece to try and avoid having a seam go right down the middle, so that's fun. Yeah, less spindly details on here. We do have a cable here, but that's not that spindly. I'm just trying to see if there's anything where we have to worry about pressure from the clippers. It doesn't look like we do. So this sprue is better. It's not the best, but it's better than the other one. Yeah, there's a lot more detail work here, like some pouches and stuff like that. These are pretty cool little components here. Here, and here. I hope they're optional. If they're optional, they're not going on. Because it's less to paint. You see what I mean? Yeah, there we go. Hose on the rivet gun is a bit tricky. Where are we seeing? Where are we seeing that? Which one's the rivet gun? These? Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, you're not wrong. We do have a connection point right there on the smooth cabling, which we don't like to see too often. Because again, it's just easy to kind of it's quite easy to just flatten those off, and it looks a little bit weird if it's like if you smooth it off too much with the knife, it just ends up getting this flat cable, and it looks unnatural on the model, especially if it's prominently placed. It shouldn't really be based on the orientation. No, that is quite prominently placed, especially if you're going to look at it kind of from, you know, this angle onwards. So yeah, that's a great shout there, Captain Mannings. Well done. Oh, and we actually, one thing I haven't pointed out is here we have the drill piece. We have a connection point right there in amongst the drill, which is the worst. Because this is really, really congested in here. So actually being able to get in there and smooth that out is going to be really tricky. So you are going to have to clip further back in order to do it. Because if you clip right up against this, you will end up taking off the drill, which will smooth that out, which we don't like to see. Okay. Alright. Overall, Caradron Overlords, Endrinriggers / Skywardens, on the Land Raider scale, probably a 5 out of 10. It's not ideal. Are Vanguard boxes be usable in the Spearhead mode, or do we need to wait for all other factions for a Spearhead release? No, Filio. Or Philo? I hope I said that right. They are all valid. They stated this in the article for Spearhead. All the Vanguard boxes are becoming Spearhead boxes. Doesn't mean that they're not going to be more Spearhead boxes in the future, kind of like they've done with the combat patrols in 40k. But the current Vanguard boxes are all Spearhead boxes now. If you go to Games Workshop, you'll see that some of them have changed. They're actually just, they're actually just called Spearhead Caradron Overlords. So the reason I'm building this is the Vanguard Caradron Overlords box, but it has been updated now on the Games Workshop website to be called Spearhead Caradron Overlords. So yeah, you'll be able to use all the Vanguard sets as it is now for Spearheads. I would imagine as well that they will do new ones, but they've also said, in no kind of, they're not 100% confirmed this, but when they previewed Spearhead, they previewed Yndrasta's thing, the rules for her Spearhead. Now, they wouldn't have written rules for her Spearhead if it wasn't still going to be valid in Spearhead, because they've also said that the contents of the launch box, when that comes out, those are both Spearheads in there as well. So Stormcast Eternals will have 2 from the beginning of AOS 4, basically. And the Skaven one is obviously going to be the Skaven half of the new launch box. There is a Warcom article that explicitly states it, although that doesn't really mean anything to GW. Remember Cursed City. Oh yes, we always remember Cursed City. That was a debacle, wasn't it? It wouldn't have been so bad if they hadn't gone through and just deleted all the comments where they said it was going to stick around, you know? If they just held the line and been quiet about it, I don't think people would have been as mad, because they just didn't have an answer. But their answer was to just, you know, remove all evidence, which of course, it's the internet. Once you post something on the internet, it's guaranteed that it's going to be around forever. That's the thing. So where is my glue? Oh, it's here. 2-1 Man United. Love to see it. I don't remember it. Tell the tale. Okay. Okay, so there was a box a long time ago for something called Cursed City. Cursed City was their 3rd entry in the fourth entry in the rebooted version of Warhammer Quest. So before that, we'd had Silver Tower, Shadows over Hammerhall, and Blackstone Fortress. And Cursed City was going to be the next Warhammer Quest box, and it was very exciting because that was where we saw things like Radakar the Wolf and all that kind of thing. That's where that first came out. And they said Cursed City is coming. Look at how exciting it is. Look at how wonderful it is. It's the best box of miniatures we've ever made. And a lot of people agreed. I agreed, for example. I thought it was one of the best boxes of miniatures they've ever made. It was fantastic. Looked great. And Warhammer Quest is a really fun way to play Warhammer. It is really good. So what they said is this is going. A lot of people were questioning, is this going to be like a one-time release, or is this going to be a range item? What's going on here? Like, if I don't get it on the day of pre-order, is that it? Have I missed out? Is that the last chance to do that? And what they said at the time was, no, this is going to be a range item. You'll be able to buy this forever. So a lot of people were like, oh, cool. Then, and we still don't, at least I don't, it might have changed now based on, you know, the amount of people who've left Games Workshop and are happy to talk about things. What happened next was a comedy of errors, in that essentially that changed. It was no longer going to be a range item. It was a one-off. And that it was just going to... and that they hadn't made enough stock of it, right? Now, there's been lots of speculation as to what happened. Some people believe that it was because it infringed on somebody else's game, that it was subject to a lawsuit, this, that, and the other, that there were supply chain issues, all this kind of thing. But basically what they ended up doing was they ended up going on their Facebook groups and basically just going through all the comments and deleting anything where they'd made mention that it was going to be a range item. They just went through and just deleted all evidence that had been said. And of course people noticed, because they then put the article out saying, oh yeah, by the way, it's not gonna be a full-time product. So a lot of people were upset because they'd missed out, right? Because it changed after it had been released. It's like, oh, by the way, you know, there's not going to be any more copies of this. It's all gone. And then they went around deleting all of the comments. It's since obviously changed because you could now buy Cursed City from them again. They also edited Warcom articles. So they basically just like, they kind of like, I think they just panicked and didn't know what to do because they couldn't answer the question in a satisfactory way. What I suspect is what actually happened was, because it happened all at the time of like, I think it was during the pandemic, wasn't it? Is it really? It's not that old, is it? I think what happened was basically wherever it was that they got the tiles and stuff printed just ended up saying, yeah, no, we can't do that. So, you know, and we don't know when. And I think it was just purely massive supply chain issues, and they didn't know how to announce to their customers that, yeah, it's going to be back, but it'll be back in a year. Do you know what I mean? So I think they just opted for, and I think it was a case of whoever was in charge of making decisions that day just opted to make all of the wrong ones. Especially when you are like, you know, when you're interacting with an online platform where, like I said, if you post something and as many people have eyes on it as have eyes on something like Warcom, once you post something, it's out there. It doesn't matter if you go, you know, it doesn't matter if it's been up for a minute or you know, 10 seconds or a week. There's evidence of it. So a lot of people were like, well, now hold on. You said it was going to be around forever. And their kind of response was, no, we didn't. I said, yes, you did. Try again. And yeah, it wasn't... Games Workshop didn't exactly shower themselves in glory when it came to Cursed City. But if you want to get a copy of it now, you can. Same as what Tarkov did a week ago. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Have you ever known a video game to just literally torpedo its customer base? It's like the most unforced error. Yeah, I mean that's the other side of it as well. Is like Captain Manners is saying, there were expansions that came out for it, but they were all. I think there was, like you said, there is that a lot of the departments weren't talking to each other. So stuff like, I think Belladama Volga and stuff like that, they were supposed to be launched as part of Cursed City, and the expansions would have included them as models. But the Soulblight Gravelords release also happened at the same time, where it released a bunch of those models. So it's like, hey, the models are out. And it's like, what? You can't now sell the models again, but with just like a heap of extra card for an expansion to Cursed City. That said, if you can get hold of it, it's a really good game. It's really fun, and it's a really fun project to paint. Especially if you want to follow along with a painstaking video series that your favourite Contrast Plus painter produced. There is a video for every single thing in Cursed City. Even the objective markers. Which is not my finest video, of course. It's not the one that's enshrined forever in glory with the analytics. But I was like, gotta complete the set. I took a lot of flack as well from certain parts of the community for doing that as well. But I was painting it as a birthday / wedding gift for a friend who had bought it and wanted it painted up really nice. So I did that. And I was like, look, I know it's hard and that a lot of people wanted this and didn't get it, but a lot of people did get it and will want videos on it. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Doesn't matter if I'm catching bullets left, right, and center from people who didn't get it. You know, I think that comes up every time, and I completely understand the frustration when, you know, a model comes out and everybody wants it, or a box comes out and everybody wants it, and you just can't get it. You know, the Lion was the same thing, because that was an absolute mess. And there's always the you know, the debate of, do you put the video out because it's, you know, it's going to do really well, lots of people are going to watch it whether they got a Lion or not, or do you not because it's sold out everywhere? See what I mean? I always err on the side of, I'm just going to put the video out, and if people get mad at me, then they're mad at me. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. We need to put them in order so that I don't forget. 1, 2. Will you do the Callus and Toll models too? Yes, Annabelle. It's my plan is to do them this month. I'm going to finish the first 8 spearheads, and then I'm going to do Callus and Toll. There's always one that's different, right? You've just seen me put those 2 bodies together, right? Put the 2 bits together and then put the legs in. This one, no. Put the 2 legs into the back and then put the front on. Of course. Why make things easy? It's completely unnecessary. Component number 10. Component number 12. And number 11. Got those the wrong way around, doesn't matter. Boom. Guys, you've been incredible. You've got 90 likes on the stream. I think we're going to hit 100, you know. Okay, this is from the very mold liney Sprew. He says, having only just realised. Cheeky little tiny little bit of flash just hidden in there. Get rid of that. This is why I don't like building at all. What's that? That is the other leg. I haven't done this yet. I love the parts flying across the screen. Is that when I just throw them? God, so pointless. There we go. Now, component number 9. Component number 9. On the New York Transit line. There we go. Love it. 3 bodies down. Let's go, baby. Oh, fun. Now comes... Now comes the fun thing where you have to glue together harnesses, but you have to glue it... You have to clip the pieces out, clean them up, and then attach them. So we need 17 and we need 18. Mercifully, these are connected reasonably well. So we just smooth that bit down. And that bit. There we go. These aren't particularly mold liney. You don't need my microphone stuck in my ear. That's not helping anyone. Should be able to hear me a little bit better now. Okay, so 17 and 18 is like that. I'm guessing the orientation is that way round. I missed a bit of flash. That would have been embarrassing. There we go. God. So they join like this. But in order for that to work, we have to put it on the bodies. God. So a bit goes in there. And a bit. Goes in there like thus. And then we stick it together. Cool. That's not annoying at all. So do one bit there. Have a quick panic that I've got it wrong. Make sure it's seated. Bit of glue on there. Bit of glue in there. Get it in. And then just run my finger through it to make sure we haven't got a large blob. Push them together. And there we go. You love to see it, don't you? How many parts per lemon are these? So far, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we skip to the loo. 13, 14, 15. 15 components isn't that many, to be fair. Guys, you've crushed it. 106 likes on the stream. You're the best. Now, 85 more gifted members, and that will be 100 members in one stream. It's a second challenge for you. $15 and $16 are up next. Let's go, baby. 16 and 15. Boom. Boo boop boo. Boop boo. I love connection points when it's in a curve. It's my favourite thing in the world. 15 and 16. Cheeky little mould line there. Curvy bit. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. So we already know how we do this. So we've done one already, so we don't need to push or test fit these ones. We can just go for it. And then he says that, and then he'll immediately regret it when one of them is slightly different. Such as this one. Push that together and hold it for a minute. Good morning, Frothy Paints. How are you finding them to build? They're small, and small is never good. That's exactly right, Sean. What's next? 14 and 13. Component. 13. And component 14. Love to see it. We've almost done a whole page. It's only taking forever. I didn't set my timer off. That's a shame. I guess we'll never know how long it took. Apart from the fact I could just look at the stream. Bosh. Ba-ba-ba-da. There we go. Put a bit of glue on there. And push together, wipe off with finger. There we go. And now we need to backpacks. How was the frigate to build? It was okay. They weren't great. It wasn't the worst. I thought the actual building of the boat was fun. It's just all the support struts for the balloons on the top was that was a little bit annoying. 28, 27. And we need another one. Where is it? 28, 27, and 29. That's over here. You'll love to see it. Oh, this kit came out in 2017. I didn't realise it was that old. But that makes sense. These came out when I was in and around working at Games Workshop. I hadn't started just yet. I don't think. Oh, now I can't remember. Now my timelines are all over the place. Maybe they came out just before. That is a bit of flash, isn't it? Yeah. Should I say something that I know is definitely going to curse this building experience? So far, I haven't cut myself, which is new. I very nearly did it then. That would have been pretty typical. Okay. Now which way around do these go? That way around. Sick. One. I literally just trusted in the instructions then. That was foolish. And 2. And 3. Love it. For a beginner, what spearhead would you recommend for somewhat ease of painting? Probably the easiest one is the Space Marines. Good lord, is the Stormcast. Seraphon is pretty easy because there's not very much in it, and the model's actually quite big. Sylvaneth is a bit of a pain to build, but there's not much to paint in it. There's 5, 8, 9, 10 models. If you don't mind painting lots and lots of trim, Slaves to Darkness is pretty much okay, apart from the Chaos. The Chariot itself is a bit annoying. The Space Marines do have a spearhead box there, you're not wrong. Did you order or will you be receiving Grombrindle? I bought Grombrindle, yes. Wild horses couldn't keep me from that miniature. But a made-to-order wait time probably can. So it could arrive this weekend. It could, or not this weekend, I guess it would be next weekend. It could arrive in the next couple of weeks, or it could arrive in 180 days. We'll find out. Okay. We need component number. This is the bit I'm worried about. 24. and 25. 25. Component 24. Because this bit might be a pain. And we need component 26 as well. Got it. Right. Boom. That bit was easy. So this is a bit. This is the reason why I'm worried about it, right? Is because of that. This might be one of those times where the best thing to do is make sure you don't have any overlap. There we go. So we've got that, and then put them together thusly, and then use this to smooth out the joiny bits like that. I think I've just taken off some detail there. So then we make damn sure by drowning it in glue. Are you key locked? Kind of. You're going to want to just go in flat that way. Probably. Oh, just seen the score. Man United 3, Newcastle 2. Another spectacular loss of the lead for Manchester United. So that's just going to slot together like that. That makes sense to me. And then the rudder goes in. Cool. What? It goes in at a slant? Well, that I don't understand at all. Was that a Taking Back Sunday reference? Yes, it was. I'm gonna make damn sure that you won't ever leave. No, you won't ever get too far from me. I just wanna break you down so badly. I can run for everything you said. I just want to break you down so badly, in the worst way. 22 and 23. Let's go, baby. You got this new head filled up with smoke. Mr. Reza Prime is here. He doesn't like Warhammer anymore. He's all about that interior decorating life. He's gone from painting models to painting houses, you know. And being in Scotland. Every time we're like, hey, Rez, do you want to be part of this thing? He's like, nah, sorry, I'm in insert some place. It's like, what are you doing there? Working. Oh, yeah. He's just too big time for us all now, guys. Reza Prime, man about town, you know? Okay, we have another balloon done. God, this is exhausting. What is this track? The one that is currently playing is called Getting Good at Letting Go by Vicky Vox. It's quite pleasant, isn't it? Who are you letting go, Josh? My love for you, Rez. Because you never want to spend time with me anymore. You want to go to Scotland and work at your job and play Football Manager. Even when I paint things like a carnosaur just so you'll love me. This is all non-copyright music, Travis. So I get all my music from a website called Epidemic Sound, which I have an open license to play. So it's basically, I pay for it, but I pay a monthly fee. It's the hidden cost of being a content creator. It's basically stock music, right? We need component 19. And we need component 20. And we need component 21, wherever the hell that is. And another 26. 21 is there. Good evening, Fake Street Spirit. Right. Here we go. It's that bit that I'm constantly worried I'm going to cut my finger open on. And it would be typical that I will do it on the last one. We made it through. Okay, and then we need this bit as well. Just make sure that that's smooth. Bingo. And there we go. Right. So once again, for the last time, with our hovery balloons. That's not even a little bit right, is it? No. That is. Okay, well, there's just going to be a gap there on the inside for some reason. We need a little blob of glue there. Yeah. There we go. And then we put the grate in. Lovely. Sick. Right, we've done all three of our balloons. So now we need the rudders. Let's go with component 30. We'll do that one first, shall we? Da, 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 da. So, what we can do is we can actually just start assembling them this way. So, we'll blob on some glue. Will we? No. blob on some glue. And it's great forward. Like that. And then apparently glue there and there. And then this bit goes in here. And that bit lines up there. Oh, it's almost like it was designed that way, eh? Isn't that fun? Rings of Power Season 2. Thoughts? I haven't actually seen the trailer yet. I'm reasonably excited for a Season 2. I enjoyed the first season. For what it was. I thought if you just pretended that you weren't watching a Lord of the Rings property, you could enjoy it a lot more. As just like a show where stuff was happening. And that's kind of what I did. As soon as I started seeing like Elrond with his sexy quiff, with his trendy haircut, I was like, okay, cool. This isn't going to look how I picture, because of Jackson's Lord of the Rings. This isn't going to look how I picture it. So, just this is just try and enjoy somebody else's vision. For some Lord of the Rings content. But then, like I said, if you just kind of pretend that you're not watching Lord of the Rings, it's a lot easier to enjoy it. I thought, at the end of it, there was enough intrigue for me to say, yeah, okay, cool. I'm into a second series. Yeah, exactly that, Sean. Inspired by. It's like when you think you're buying the soundtrack to a film and you get music inspired by, and it's not quite the soundtrack to the film and you're a little bit disappointed, but you might find a song or two in there. That happened to me with the 8 Mile soundtrack. I thought I bought the 8 Mile soundtrack. I bought music inspired by 8 Mile. So it didn't actually have Lose Yourself on it. I was like, oh. Oh, I got that wrong. But it's an okay album. Yep, that'll do. Okay, here we go. We want Le Grill at the front. And then bit of glue in there, bit of glue in there. Check it lines up, and our bodies are all built. Isn't that exciting? Good evening, Mini Painting Dad. I wanted to say thanks for what you do, Josh. Thank you for watching my content. Thank you for enjoying what I do. I had trouble deciding on which purple paints to get for a project. Search one of your Contrast Plus videos with the Stormcast and had 3 to 5 paints of the paints already. No, I love it. I'm glad I could help, Frothy Paints. That's what we're all about around here. Okay. So, we need stabby hands and pistols. Because that's how they're built on the box. And I'm going to check it one more time. Yeah. Drill. How have they built these? Drill. Oh god, I'm just gonna pull up the picture. Open image in new tab. I'm gonna zoom right in. Drilly and drilly. Bing drilly. There we go. Okay, I should do the champion first and decide which of these heads I want to do. Oh, it has to just be component 63. If you want a champion. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? 63. And then we need... $53 we'll go for. And why not 51? Right, which one do we want to be our boss man? Let's go with this one. He can be our boss man. So let's clean up the bits. There we go. And there we go. Is there another little bit? I think that's it. Cool. Get the mold lines off because these bits are despicable for that. Wait, are we doing drills or are we doing these rivet guns? Hang on. Yeah, the little... Yeah, it is these. Yeah, I'm not imagining it. Cool. Cool. I think I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. Alright, we're just going to put the head in. I'm guessing that's where this thing goes. Oh, I haven't cleaned that off. That was irresponsible. I thought I'd done all 3 pieces. I was wrong! Oh yeah, so I have a question for all of you guys. There is, at this thing on Saturday, there's something called Legends of Paint, which is a competition where you can take your AOS model in and see if you can win yourself a pin, which historically we've not had a good time doing it recently. But of all the AOS models I've painted, which one would you do? One of the somber horses, perhaps? Yeah, that'll do. I don't hate that. One down. Usheran, Rez. Foul tarnished. Okay. So you're giving me lots and lots of great suggestions for model to take. Now what if I told you to pick something small? Oh, we need a component... No, we don't. What do we need? 50... Oh, it's literally just... Sick. Let's go with 47. 47? 47. 47. We've got the stabby thing, and we need a rivet gun. Let's go with that one. Why not? How small are we talking? Maybe like cavalry sized. And below. Because a lot of you made great suggestions, things like Talia and Archaon. However, they're quite big. So it's quite a large box to carry. Bearing in mind, since the last time I tried to do something for one of these, component's gone. I shall go and search for that in just a minute. Let's clean off these first. Last time I did this, I was flat refused for a golden demon pin. And it's not golden demon, I'm just pointing that out. But like, I took Archaon a long way only to be told, nope, not good enough. Looks rubbish, mate. There's a big old chunky bit of flash right there, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Does your ticket let you? Yeah, yeah. Technically, you can bring 2. Because apparently there's 2 different competitions. Ah, found it. Okay. So how does this now go together? Is that right? Yeah, makes sense. Just have him looking this way just a little bit. What? Love it when that happens. When you're like assembling and you go, cool, it's on. And then you just touch it a little bit and it just goes, farewell. Cool. 2 down. Yeah, that'll do. I'll read to you what it says, right? Because I got an email about it today. From Warhammer Events. Get ready for an exciting day at the Warhammer World Mortal Realms Reforged event. As part of the festivities, we'd like to remind you that Legends of Paint is once again returning to Warhammer World. Legends of Paint is an open format painting competition that welcomes all attendees. In this unique format, your model is judged on its individual merits, providing everyone with a fair chance to secure the coveted Legends of Paint pin. To attain a bronze pin, our expert judging team will be assessing entries based on our Parade Ready criteria. So prepare your Warhammer Age of Sigmar model and see if you have what it takes to become a Legend of Paint. Bring along your best painted Warhammer Age of Sigmar model and have it evaluated against the Legends of Paint criteria. Claim a bronze, silver, or the prestigious gold pin for your outstanding work. There will be 2 Legends of Paint competitions during the day, and you're welcome to enter both if you wish. Please note that entries are limited to 1 model per person per competition. If entering both competitions, the same model may not be entered twice. Our knowledgeable judging team will be available to offer valuable painting advice and guide you on how to elevate your painting skills to the next level. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. There's a Legends of Paint entry form that you can print off. But they say there's also going to be ones available on the day, so maybe not. Mysaurus Scar Veteran on Agrodon. That's a good shout, Elec man. So if there's two, do I just take two cavalry models? Do we take multiple somber horses? Oh, you guys are being very kind about my models. Also, Grimhold Exile was not expecting that, Grey Wolf. I didn't know anybody watched that video. 54. And we need 52. And we need... Let's go with 49. Let's do it. Last component. Will I be painting Lord of the Rings kits this year? Yes, I will be. I promised Ricky I would do Gandalf. And it's been sat in my mind as a minimum. But I've also got things like Get Off the Road to do. I've got an entire Minas Tirith army to build and paint. Well, actually, I don't have to build it anymore. I've got to build four guards of the Fountain Court and 5 Knights of Minas Tirith, and then the army is built. Then I just have to paint it. So yeah, there will be Lord of the Rings this year. I promise. I'm just really enjoying Project Spearhead right now. And I've nearly got 8 of them done, so it's going well. This is a mistake. I've just gone for it. Didn't test fit or anything. Don't know what it's going to look like, but we'll find out. It might look dumb. I don't hate it. As a combination of components. Cool. Just want a little bit of a... That'll do. There we go. Our Endrinriggers are all built. I know I haven't done the bases. The reason I haven't done the bases is because I'll prime them off the bases and then I will put them on the bases, as it were. There we go. All done. I am going to use the GW flight stance for the Melek Man. Because I'm mad. We did it, guys. How will you prime them? Probably with Grey Seer. Probably. I think I might need to update. Let me just check something. 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. Yes. This, models painted, should say 222. Because of the console. Off to my union meeting, last one of summer. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for letting me hang with every one of you. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Talk to you soon, Travis. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Enjoy your meeting. As best you can. Has PC been fully funded? Yes, it has. The PC has been fully funded. Because of a very generous person. So I will be purchasing that this week. I'm just waiting for... basically, I'm waiting for the other bit from me to come through, basically. But PC has been fully funded, so the new one is on the way, which it will be on the way very soon, probably next week. So we should be able to stream in 4K, which is very cool and very exciting. I've just been, crossing the T's and dotting the I's to make sure it's absolutely 100% the right system. That it's not too much, but it's definitely not underpowered. So it's things like, is it really worth, fully going for the 4090? And the answer, as best as I've figured it out, is that it's probably overkill. But a 4080 Super is perfectly adequate for what I want to do with it. So it's just been things like that. It's just making different choices and stuff like that. Because Good evening, Lewis. But yeah, immensely generous person donated, and I've got the rest of it. So yeah, it's very exciting. Any Middle Earth stuff in the pipeline? Yeah, there is stuff in the pipeline. I've been building Caradron Overlords tonight. That is going to be... So I need to do Slaves to Darkness... what's it called? Spearhead. Once I've got that done, I've done the 8. Is 4090 the name of the PC model? No, it's the model of graphics card. So there's the RTX 4090. It's the 40 series of graphics card. It's probably the best card on the internet, on the world right now. But for what we need to do, it's probably overkill. So, we're going for it's a massive upgrade that we're going for anyway. It sets us up for... It's absolutely overkill. Exactly, right. So, for a 4080 Super, I've looked at all the benchmarks I can, and it's like, yeah, you're looking at an 11%, 12%. You're looking like a 16% improvement in performance over a 4080 Super. But when the 4080 Super is as good as it is, and it's almost £1,000 cheaper, it's like, I mean, it's 11% worse, right? But the performance level is quite high. And it's the same thing, like, when you look at, like, the processor, for example. I like Intel processors. 14900, 12900. Again, there is massive difference between the two, but you don't want to create a throttle by having a 14900K or something. You don't want to create a bottleneck by having a 4900K and a 4090 together, where you actually just have to put in an insane amount of RAM for it to even keep up, right? And this, that, and the other. So it's a case of yeah, the system's pretty much finalized. I just need to... I'm basically just waiting for... I'm just waiting for a check, basically. And then once that's in, we're good to go. I will be ordering. Because part of it as well, right? So there is an argument to be made that well, it's not an argument. Essentially, what I need in there is I need a particular capture card in order to be able to handle both this camera and this camera, right? So this one. At the moment, what we're doing is I'm running it through two separate. I'm running this through two separate little kind of capture dongles, which can handle 1080p 60 FPS. The capture card we're putting in is a 4K 60 capture card, and can at a push provide power pass through if you need to, but it's just going to be a much better, much more streamlined solution, which does mean that we'll be able to throw in the third camera if we're going to be able to do some things like when I mix paints, we can throw in palette cam, for example. I need to figure out how that works in the way that we capture the footage, but that is something that I'm looking to do. But essentially, at the moment, if I tried, everything will just break because it's too many video streams for my PC that I currently have to handle. The other part of it as well is that we're looking at a motherboard that is going to massively upgrade my I/O, so we'll be able to run a number of like actual USB 3 devices. So this is a USB 3 microphone that is dramatically underpowered because it's currently going through a USB 2 port. So So occasionally what you might hear is sometimes there might be some weird pops or whatever. It shouldn't be, because I unplug a lot of stuff and plug stuff back in, because I only have 2 USB 3 ports on my current system. But in the rear I have 1 on the front as well, but 2 in the thing. So because so many devices are moving to USB-C and USB 3 and 3.2 and all this kind of thing, there needs to be a massive upgrade on from that front as well, so that we can just actually power the stuff. So that if we, for example, upgrade the microphone, or we buy something like a Roadcaster or whatever, something like that, it means that we've got space, we've got expansion within the system. Also, beefing up the RAM massively is another side of it. New color accurate monitor goal. I mean, this one's pretty color accurate. I did think about it, but at the same time, it's like a monitor doesn't actually help you guys unless I'm buying all of you monitors, which I can't afford to do. And so my editing desk over there, I do have color accurate monitors, which are great. And for this one, I don't really need it. The only upgrade from a monitor perspective here is an entirely selfish one, which is not for you to fund at all. Would be, I want a 240 hertz monitor so I can play Call of Duty with super high frames. Do you see what I mean? Are you buying the parts and building it yourself? No, I'm basically ordering it through PC Specialist. They'll build it for me, because I don't know if you noticed, but I am really I'm not as dexterous as my fingers as my paint jobs might actually pretend that I am. So I know I would just break it. I'm too nervous. The most I can do with a PC is install a PCIe card or install a stick of RAM. Otherwise, I just don't trust myself to handle things like a motherboard or a processor. I just don't. I just refuse. I especially don't know how to, like, wire in, like a water cooling solution or anything like that. And I definitely don't trust myself with a power supply. You know how clumsy I am. I don't want to be like, guys, the PC's here. I've just managed to blow myself up. So yeah, I'm going to get PC Specialist to build it. But they've been really helpful. Chewie's been really helpful as well, if he's here. Can make a fund for the rest of the spearheads to buy. I could. I could. How many have I not done? Let's have a look. Let me just look at shop, Age of Sigmar, and then order. So how many are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 order factions. 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 4 death. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13. Chaos. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Because Beasts of Chaos are going. 20, 21, 22, 23. So there's 23 spearheads. And I will have done, by the end of Slaves to Darkness and the Caradon Overlords, I would have done 9. So that's 14. Plus the Nighthaunt from Alice. That's 13. I've got the Lumineth one. There's 12. There's 12 remaining spearheads. In order to do Daughters of Cain, I need 2 units. I don't have Deepkin, I need the whole box. Fire Slayers, I need 2 units. And the rest of them I've done. Death, I have Soulblight Gravelords. So that would be 11. Ossiarch Bone Reapers and Flesh Eater Courts. No, Ossiarch Bone Reapers is the only one I don't have there. And Destruction would be Gloomspite. And I think I only need a couple of bits for that. Ogre Moor Tribes and Sons of Bahamut. There's actually not that much. Which ones am I missing? So the ones I'm missing are Sons of Bahamut, Ogre Moor Tribes, and Gloomspite Gits. For the Gloomspite Gits, I have sort by price descending. I have the Troggoths. I have the Riders. What are they called? Squighoppers. I don't have the Moon Clan Stabbers. And I don't have a Loon Boss. So I need 2 units out of the Gloomspite Gets one. For Sons of Bahamut, I would need to buy the Man Crusher mob. For Chaos, I would need to buy the Blades of Corn one. I don't have any of it. Vanguard Blades of Corn, I'd need to buy that. I would need to buy Head of Knights of Slaanesh as well, because I don't have any of that either. What am I? Age of Sigmar, Chaos. Maggot King of Nurgle we've done. Disciples of Tzeentch, I need the Flamers. Where is it? Why is it not there? Vanguard Tzeentch. Ugh. Disciples of Tzeentch. Oh, come on, try again. Age of Sigmar, start here. It's just not, it doesn't exist, apparently. I can't find it. Is it because... come on. Come on now. Come on. Disciples of T's in each. There it is. Found it. I need, for the Vanguard Disciples of Tzeentch, I need the Flamers and I need the Magister on disc. But I've got the Kyric Acolytes and the Zangors. Head Knights we talked about. Maggot King of Nurgle we've done. Skaven, it's coming, so... You know, whenever the core box comes out, I'll have that one. Slaves to Darkness I've done, nearly. Death, I would need to buy the Ossiarch Bone Reapers one. And that's it. And then Order, I would need to buy Ideneth Deepkin. And for the Fire Slayers, I would need 10... I need a Battlesmith and 10 Volkite Berserkers. And for the... What am I... That's it, isn't it? Ideneth and Fireslayer. No, Daughters of Cain. I need the Melusai, Iron Scale, and the Bloodstalkers. My wife says you look like you've lost some weight. Looking good. Oh. You can put two NVIDIA RTX A6000s together for only 14k. Oh! I've never heard of the A6000. RTX A6000. Is it? What is it? Designers, engineers, scientists, and artists need to meet the most graphics. Oh my goodness. This is one of those. This is one of those workstations graphics cards, isn't it? I'm going to be happy with my 4080 Super. So yeah. That's all I would need to finish off, well, to own all of the models for every spearhead that currently exists. Laura says, no, naughty. This is why no unsupervised electricalness. Aren't you in charge of the electrics at the moment, Laura? But Philip, thank your wife. I don't feel like I have lost any weight. If anything, I feel like I just keep putting it on, and I need to deal with that. We'll get there. I'll get there eventually. So yeah, I think, you know, 300-400 quid or something, probably, buying all the stuff. No, it wouldn't be as much as that, would it? Because I'm not just going to buy the boxes. I mean, I could just buy the boxes to get the bits, but then I'd have a bunch of stuff left over, so that would be silly. But it's things like, you know, stuff that I haven't done from various, like, collection boxes. So, like, Arcane Cataclysm, that's why I've got the Kyric Acolytes and the Zangors. And I've done the Screamers of Tzeentch already, so I would need to buy a box of Flamers and the Magister on disc. Melicide Bloodstalkers, I've got them. I don't need the Doomfire Warlocks or the Sisters of Slaughter because I've got them because of the Crethusa's Crone Host. Is it? Yeah, they do both have those in that. If not, I've got them. I've got the Sisters of Slaughter and the Doomfire Warlocks, and I've got the Kinnerai Life Takers as well. From the... I can't remember what the Nighthorn first... Oh, there it is, yeah. Sisters of Slaughter and the Doomfire Warlocks. So yeah, so it's £37.50, for example, for the Melicide Blood Sisters. But you can't buy the Melicide Iron Scale on its own. You have to buy it from the Spearhead, from the Vanguard box. So you have to go and get that from eBay. So you're probably looking at 25 quid for that. So what's that? That's £62.50. For the Daughters of Cain. Same thing probably for the Fire Slayers, because you probably can't get a Battlesmith on its own. No, so you'd have to get that by itself. Again, 25 quid probably. And I've got the Volkite Berserk. No. I've got the Hearthguard Berserkers, or / Auric Hearthguard. And I've got the 10 of the Volkite Berserkers. I've got them because of Fury's Flamebearers. But the Vanguard Fire Slayers is a Battlesmith, 20 Volkite Berserkers, and 5 Hearthguard Berserkers. So, yeah, box and box, basically. So what we're looking at, that's 120, 130-ish, probably, for order. Oh, and then to buy Ideneth Deepkin as well. Yeah, 200. Give it an estimate of about £200 to finish off order. For death, it's a case of buying the Ossiarch Bone Reapers box, which puts it on 285. And then Hedonites of Sinesh, 285. Plus that, it would be 370 for that box. 455 plus the Blades of Corn. No, that's death. And then, yeah, we would need the bits and bobs for the Disciples of Tzeentch, which would be Flamers. Yeah, it's like 500-600 quid. Basically. Arena of Shades. There you go, Alec, man. Any chance you have a spare Cruel Boys Merc Knob with Belcher banner laying around you want to sell, Josh? Do you know, Cameron, I probably do have a spare one, actually. Is that what you need to finish it off? Do you just need the Merc Knob with Belcher banner? Let me have a rummage. I'm going to write a note to myself. Merc Knob with Belcher banner for Cameron. I think I do have a spare one somewhere, you know. I'm not 100% on that, but it's entirely possible. That's very kind of you, Asmodeus. Thank you. Hold on to them just for the moment. Let me see how the rest of this month goes, because if I can do more spearheads, I will do more spearheads. But I'm being realistic that it might be that I don't have time to do any more, because we don't know when this box is coming. So at the moment, I'm all Me Time May is super fun, but it might be that like AOS 4 is like, well, what's the date now? 15th of May. So it could. I think my guess is that AOS 4 box will drop on the 15th of June. I think that's when it will go on pre-order. But who knows? It would be so funny if GW would be, yeah, so we will release it in a week. Oh, freak, Mike, don't. That made me very sad. You'd like to see me do the Slanesh box? Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do the Slanesh box, but like I said, it's just a case of how much time do we have remaining in May. It's already the 15th, so we're halfway through the month, and I've done pretty good time on 7. I just need to do the 8th one now, which requires 2 more models, which, you know, could take 2 days, could take 3 days. But I'm about to, obviously, go to Warhammer World, go to Nottingham on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, before... We're going to wrap up very, very shortly. Before I go, I need to ask you a question, guys. Which video do you want to see tomorrow? I'm going to ask you this question, right? I'm going to do it in a poll. So I've got 4 videos: Lone Spear, Crute Hounds, Dark Oath Marauders, and Dark Oath Fell Riders. Right, there you go. There's 4 choice. You have 4 choices. I am. I'm staying with a friend of mine, Captain Mannerings. I just need to know which video you guys want to see. And I will put that one out tomorrow. And I'm also going to see if I can snipe a couple of you for a membership. Because I get to gift 5 free ones. So here you go. There you go. Congratulations to Nibbons, War... Oh, okay. I don't think I should read that one out. War Judge, Sticky Fingers, and Fabian Matthews. You are the winner of this month's free memberships. And selfishly, it means I can put it on 506. Ooh, it's neck and neck between the Lone Spear and the Dark Oath Marauders. Oh. Spelling mistake in Dark Oath Fell Riders. Dark Oath Fell Riders. Marauders take the lead with 42% of the vote. Does that mean 2 videos? I mean, there are 2 videos this week, always. You get a video on Friday and you get a video on Saturday. Friday? You get a video tomorrow and you get a video on Saturday. You also get another live stream this week. Tomorrow night, 1 AM. I'll probably go live at like 12 or like 12:15. You decided what to take for the competition. I'll mull it over. I'll have a look back through what you guys were talking about in the chat. I like the idea of taking some somber horses. And see how that goes. Like I said, I would love to just bring up Archaon, but he's so big. He just requires his entirely own case. So it's like you take him, it's just him on his own in the box. It's a whole box just for Archaon. Whereas if I can take a small box with 2 models in it, that's much better. We'll see how it goes. Take your favorite model. Yeah. The problem is, my favorite model is Archaon. I don't want to carry that whole box. Oh dear. First world problems, eh? Okay, I'm going to end the poll. Lone Spear and Dark Oath Marauders are the winners. So we'll see if we'll get both of those videos out to you this week. Then I'll get them ready tomorrow. Frothy Paint says time to put the little nurgling down for a nap. See you all tomorrow for the stream. See you tomorrow for the stream, Frothy Paints. And on that note, it's time for me to leave as well because it is 11 o'clock at night. It's a school night. And I got stuff to do. So, thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. You guys are the best. Love you. Thank you very much, Mr. ADR Wargaming and Asmodeus for the gifted memberships. And I would thank myself, but that would be weird. So thank you very much for the gifted members. It's very, very kind of you. And I will see you all very soon in the next one. Best audience ever. Here is the hand of farewell. I shall wave at you until the stream ends. You're the best. Around. Nothing's ever going to bring us down. See you later.